Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'll go with you about some questions asked regarding this hypergogo electric bicycle Challenger 12. They also have Challenger 12 Pro, so it will have like app. The difference, they will have app and some additional most likely features like speedometer, but it does have speedometer on this model, so I think the only difference will be the app. With app you can control the bike, changing the speed most likely and some other features. Since I only have this bicycle, so I'll go with you over details on this particular one. And number one question was, when I got this bike, my son started to ride it, I could hear some beeps coming, and I thought something wrong with this bike, and the beep was coming while he was riding. So it turned out to be the safety feature. So if you're going over some limit on the odometer, so if you're going on the one speed, they come with like 3 different levels of speed. So let's say he set on the 5 miles an hour, and if for some reason it will go above 5 miles, it will start to beep. So it's kind of safety feature to warn your child that don't go that fast, because if you're going downhill, you may exceed the speed as well. And the maximum speed on this bicycle, 10 miles per hour, and automatically power shut down. It was on right now. And another thing I noticed when we start to use this bike, how to turn off the light, ambient light. So when you press the power button, it will start the bike. Okay, that's right. Now you can turn off the sound by pushing the button over here. To turn the the fog, you need to put fluid over here first, and then you press this button next to it, so it will turn on. Then you have headlight on, and if you want this light not to be on, like ambient light, you have to press the light button twice very quickly, and it will turn off, but the headlight will be still good. If you want to turn off headlight as well, you press on the headlight and for like 5 seconds, and it will be turned off completely. So to turn on ambient light just by itself, press quick to press on the light button, and it will be on again. So we're done with this. So next questions, I have about 8 different questions about safety and other use of this bicycle. So let's go with question number 1. How long does the battery last? That's a very great question, because I test many electric bicycles for adults, never the same for all of them, and if it's the same bicycle, same rider, always will be difference. The company tested up to 10 miles, but I always charge it after each use, and I can say that we rode about 5 miles, and there was about 2 more bars left. I noticed also that it's all very how you're gonna ride it on. If you have a sounds on while you're riding, it will reduce your range about half. So I noticed the sounds will discharge the battery much quicker. So if you want to get higher range, so you might want to turn off the sounds while you're riding and the smoke effect. That will give you the highest range up to 10 miles. Again, it's very on the weather, how much pressure you're gonna put in the tires. And I put 5 psi less than what it says on the tires, so you can check the tires. And it should last for up to 10 miles. And also depend on the child weight. And my son weight about 60 pounds. So he going up to top speed 10 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for this bicycle. Always make sure your child wears a helmet. So the next question, if the battery will get bad if you don't use a bicycle. The answer is yes and no, because depends how you take care of the battery. It's very important to take care of this battery. What you have to do, you have to make sure the battery fully charged and charge the battery. At least if you don't use the bicycle at all, make sure you charge the battery until the green light on the charger will turn green, or once a month. So even the bike is fully charged and you turn it on and you see all the 4 bars on it, make sure you charge it every 2 months full until it turns green. That will prolong your battery life. If you leave the battery empty more than a week, that might damage some cells in the battery. So it's always good to charge every time after you come home or as soon as possible. So if you cannot charge right after, try to charge next day. So again, I always charge after each ride. Sometimes I leave it if it's only like 3 bars on it, but if it falls below than 2 bars, I recommend to charge it again. That will prolong life of the battery. If you are not going to use this and forget to charge for 3 months or 4 months and battery fully discharged, don't use the bike. Plug it in, charge it until the green light, and see if it still works, because the battery might get damaged if you completely discharge for a long time. And that's normal for any electric bicycle. The next question about how tall the rider can ride this bicycle. So the company saying that it's good for somebody who is 3 and 11-inch tall, or 5 feet and 3 inches tall, and my son is 130 centimeters, so I believe it's like about 4 and 8 inches tall. So, and it's for kids and teenagers, depending on the size. I actually can ride this bicycle as well if I want to, because even it can carry somebody even 200 pounds person. Even it's designed for less, but the bike is powerful, very well built, and we'll go over that as well. And the next question is if there are training wheels on this bicycle. It does not come with training wheel, but I believe the company are planning to have the training wheels for somebody who's 3 to 5, so they will get familiar with the bike and try to balance it. As personally, I noticed from my son, you learn actually without training wheel better than with training wheels, because training wheels will give you kind of insecurity and unbalance. So I really personally recommend to try just to sit on this bike and push without power with your feet. And after a few try, the child might start just to use as a balance bike, and then they can ride it. It will be much faster than using the training wheels. Next question: how good the bike in uphill riding? This bike actually can ride uphill, because my son went off-road, and in some of the video you can see he's riding uphill. And again, this bike can perform as an adult's bike, mini bike, because the motor pretty powerful. And I'm not sure exactly what was the grade, but some like small hills they can climb, but of course not the steep hills, because there's not much power and no pedals in that bike. But I believe it does can like recreational hills in the park, like small one, as in the video you can see right now, he can climb some hills. Another question is many people see this in advertisement, how people ride, there's smoke coming out from exhaust, also the music, and really give you a feeling of the motorcycle because of the ambient light on the motorcycle headlight. And of course, people ride like up to 10 miles on the grass, off the grass, if it's true. And I can say yes. Actually, it's very realistic. And when your child will go riding in a park, a lot of people will actually stop and watch, because the way it sounds like a real motorcycle, also the light, very like kind of give you all this effect, very realistic. And I'm telling you that a lot of people will ask where you bought this bike, because a lot of people like it. Every child, whoever saw this bike, will ask parents to buy one, because they really love it, and you're gonna get a lot of attention and of course compliments, and your child will be very happy riding this bike as well. So next question about how long it takes to charge the bike. Personally, I never actually monitoring, but I believe it's very quick actually, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. I just plug it in, and then come back, it will actually turn off by itself. I mean, it will not continue to charge it. So if you leave it like too long, it shouldn't damage the battery because the smart charger should discontinue to charge it. The light will turn green. That's the time when you need to unplug. So, and that's a very important question now. People concerned about, some people notice there's some spark when you pull out the connecting, and I think that happens from static. Depend on the what floor you look at. If you're on the, say, some plastic, like if you have like carpet and you walk in the carpet, you got some static most likely. That might develop some spark as well. So when you plug it into the wall or anywhere, so you might want to charge something to have discharge. Let's say you might want to charge the bike before or anything, so to get discharge, because the body might get static a little bit, and they have concerns that they think they defected the charger, but actually I charged it so many times already, never get any spark on this charger, and I noticed some adult bicycle also have this kind of concern. So you might want to go to different room or charge in different location to try to see if the different wall will have the same effect. If the different wall have the same effect and you are located on different floor, like not carpet or not like laminate, so like on the wood floor, on the like on the stone better, then they might be defected. But you need to check, because most likely the spark comes from static, which is not dangerous much. It just affects scary, but again, I plug it in and I usually charge it. It stay on the stone. I don't have any static usually, and when I plug in, I usually plug in to the wall and then to the bike. Then I remove from the bike and from the wall. So some people advise to do different. Like some people advise to connect to the bike and connect to the wall charging, or I don't think it's a big difference, but I prefer to plug it in first and connect to the bike, and disconnect from the bike and remove from the wall. And again, if you get some sparkling in it, so it might be some static you have generated from walking on the carpet or laminate or any floor you create static, so you might want to remove the static before you touch this charging cable. That's about it. So if you didn't see my full video, you might want to check the link in description. And I think this bike a lot of fun, and the quality about I want to talk to you. So my son liked to ride on the grass a lot, and the tires, I thought they're gonna be flat, because they are actually not just a piece of rubber, like they are not solid tires, it's inflatable, so you need to put some air inside, so it's the same as any traditional bike. When I ride my bike on the grass, I always get flat, so I put slime in it. So I thought I'm gonna put slime in it as soon as he'll get flat. So far he rode so many times. I got flat on my other bicycle. He never got flat yet, because the quality, it's very nice tires, very thick, and the bike itself very solid. The handlebar, everything, like seat, everything very solid and very good quality. I think the quality actually exceeds some adult bicycle. And that's about it for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you have more questions, please comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.